Hi guys, Sanjay Bell with Herbally Hip Tarot. How's my Herbally Hip tribe doing out there? Okay, you guys, let's put the readers on. This is for entertainment purposes only, and everything I say here is allegedly. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the two things I want to cover in this video is what are they doing with the 500 COVID tests stored away for Americans? I was watching Rachel Maddow last night, and finally somebody starts talking, starts exposing how many MAGAs are sorry they voted for the Orange Menace. She had like, I think it was almost close to 10 people talking about their experience. Oh my God, why not? One lady goes, why didn't I just vote for KAMALA? Why didn't I? Because you weren't using your brain cells, that's why. You weren't using critical thinking. Anyway, there's other reasons why I could say that too, but we'll stick with your critical thinking skills. We're not up to par. And maybe some morals. Anyway, so what the hell is he going to do? He's saying with those COVID tests, that's just waste. We didn't need all those. And they're old. They're not old. They're not expired. And they're sitting there because Biden got those stored up for us in case we need those. So what's he going to do with them? He's saying he's going to throw them away. BS. Okay? I believe he's going to sell them. Okay, to make money off of them. He's treating our country like a garage sale. But we're going to read on that. The other thing I want to do, what happens with the hundreds of people, what happens with the hundreds of nuclear weapons workers? It's a mess up in there. He fired or laid a bunch off, and then he has to try to go get a bunch back because he realizes, okay, these people are important. Yeah, it's our nuclear weapon system. What the hell? And these people are experts. It's not like you just go hire anybody. And then I don't know what they did. They don't have their emails and their phone numbers. They erased everything. What is going on? Okay, so we need to do a reading on like what's going on. See, this is what happens when your system, for one, allows for cheating, but also allows for 30% of people in this country to choose your president. Okay, what are they going to do with those 500 COVID tests? I'm pretty sure I should use true crime, but let's find out. Clear, clear, clear. Spirit, should I use true crime oracle cards to find out what they're going to do with the 500 COVID tests? Yes. Okay, let's ask why I'm here. Clear, clear, clear. Spirit, should I use the true crime oracle cards for the, how many people? For the hundreds of people that have been fired at the nuclear plants. Okay, yes. All right. It's just a true crime day. It's a true crime day every day. We talk about the Orange Menace and the muskrat. That's like all they know how to do is commit crimes. Oh my God, it's just amazing that we're dealing with all this. Spirit, what in the world is the Orange Menace doing, and I guess the muskrat doing with the 500 COVID tests? That's supposed to be sitting there so we have a nice little stockpile for ourselves if we need them. 1, 2. Spirit again. What is the Orange Menace and the muskrat doing with the 500 COVID tests that are stored up for the Americans? And I think it's 500. Anyway, the stockpile of COVID tests. 1, 2, 3. Lies. So whatever he's saying, okay, he's saying that the reason he wants to do this is because it's a waste of money. We need to get rid of these. How is it a waste of money just having a pile of COVID tests stocked up? You know that's a lie. Okay, so there's lies, of course. Okay, look it. This is what's weird. We always get fake death when it comes to Muskrat and Orange Menace. And here's the Muskrat himself. This is both of them, unless I have another card coming up. But this is both their energy. They're 3-year-old men, adult men, okay? So that's the Muskrat and the Orange Menace. But I also have the Boat, which to me always means escape. And we have fake death. I'm going to do a reading. Is it in this one? No, on my next one. My next session, that why are they doing this whole thing? Grand Madam was saying that she believes it's a snatch and grab. A lot of this is a snatch and grab. So when she said that, then my spirit guide goes, you need to do a reading on this. Is this a snatch and grab? And then they're going to escape? Like, they just plan on wrecking the American society, grabbing as much money as possible, and heading out. And probably go live in Russia with Putt-Putt, because he ain't got any money now either, because he's been fighting Ukraine, and it has decimated their funds, their people. Oh my God, that's crazy right here. Okay. Okay, so this tells me, the fact that they feel like they're going to need to just run away. Yeah, they're not going to throw those. They're not going to just throw them away. They're selling them to somebody. The whole thing is a natural disaster. Okay? This whole thing is just a disaster. Okay, those COVID tests are there in case we need them. And there's only 500 of these COVID tests. Okay. I'm going to say this is Muskrat because I got these two cards. And I always say this is the Orange Menace, okay? And the red shoes is KAMALA a lot of times. Jealousy. And I got this 2 in a row. Orange Menace, Orange Menace. Which tells me that he has really made a deal. The two of them have made a deal with some country to sell these COVID tests. And it's hard for me to believe there's only 500. That's what I thought I heard her say last night. I think there should be more, but anyway. Regardless of how many there is, he should not be selling them. They're there for a reason, okay? Okay. I got cleanup. This is such a natural disaster, okay, with these COVID tests, what he's doing. There's going to have to be cleanup. And this natural disaster, it's even bigger than the COVID test. It's everything that they're doing. But, of course, the stealing of the COVID test and selling them is a part of it. I'm not sure what this assassination card is. But I'm just going to say, you know, they're playing with fire. They're playing with fire. There is danger in all of this where people could lose their lives. Maybe them. And of course, the whole damn thing is organized crime. So the organized crime card tells me nobody in organized crime steals something to throw it away. Okay? So they're going to steal them and sell them. And you know what? This boat thing here, a lot of times I say this is escape, but in this one, I think that they want to sell these to somebody overseas. And this fake death, in the end, is this just trying to just steal as much stuff as it's like, to me, what they want to do is just with America, it's just like how these people snap and grab when they go into like a jewelry shop and they go in with 10 people and they all just start banging the glass cases, and then they just start grabbing everything and they run. So yeah, it's like what I thought. He's taking these COVID tests as a part of what he's been doing, and just take them to sell them. I think that's what they did last time too, with the mask or something. I think it was a bunch of masks that they sold. They sold something we needed last time. It was either, I don't think it was tests because we didn't have the test yet, but I think there was a bunch of masks that we had. And they said, those are our masks. And then that's what Jared said. And then they sold them, I think. These people are disgusting. These people are disgusting. Clear, clear, clear. Spirit. The 500 COVID tests, does the orange menace and the muskrat, are they planning on selling them to someone overseas? They're so disgusting. Okay. All right. I want to know what's happening with the hundreds of nuclear weapons workers. Like, that's a mess. Like, let us know everything. I think the what lies beneath might be the cards for this. Clear, clear, clear. Spirit. Should I use the what lies beneath cards to find out about the nuclear plant workers being fired? Okay, yes. Okay. Just a second, let me put the true crimes away. What lies beneath? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Spirit, what's going to happen with the hundreds of nuclear plant workers? Let us everything know. You can let us know about the whole debacle. I mean, this is like where our nuclear bombs and stuff are held and all this to keep them safe. And I mean, like, this is a lot. It's dangerous is what it is. Spirit, can you please let us know everything you can let us know about what will happen with the hundreds of nuclear weapon workers? How do you fire a bunch of people and then you don't have their phone numbers or their emails? So they're having a hard time getting a hold of them. What? The whole thing makes no damn sense. It sounds crazy. Sounds insane. All right, why do we got sex shop? That's what's on the bottom. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything yet, but let's keep reading. Don't want to hear it. Okay, I don't want to hear it. What I'm seeing right here is these are the people who are getting fired. That's how they look, miserable. Okay, this promiscuous right here. Okay, it says promiscuous, but on here it says sleeps around a lot, a hot, but it says free for all. For them, this is a free for all. That's the part that I'm getting from this card. This whole thing they're doing is a free for all. They're just trying to steal and get into as much stuff as possible. They're trying to ruin, steal, as much stuff as possible. It's a free-for-all. That's why they're going into the nuclear thing. It's insane. Who's in their fields? Is that the people who got fired from their jobs? Now, you know what? Now that that card came up, they don't want to hear it. Is this the muskrat and the orange menace when people are like saying, hello, you can't be firing hundreds of people? Are they the ones saying I don't want to hear it? And of course, the people who got fired are in their fields. So let's just let those lie as we keep going. Okay. Okay, that does not look good. We're talking about nuclear plant here. A situation is about to explode. Now, I hope this is not literal, because we're talking about nuclear plants. Like where our nuclear bombs and stuff are being held, from my understanding. Shit's about to pop off in flames. I hope it's the situation it's about to pop off in flames and not literally nuclear bombs popping off. This is not safe. So either in this thing, I think the situation is about to explode. There could even be some nuclear little catastrophe because it's not being maintained right, because they fired all the people. These people, I'm getting angry. Okay. I get this card with them running away all the time. I get the thing that they're going to cause so much crap in the end. They're going to try to run. Okay, it says love story once upon a time, and above it is in their fields. Okay, so I do feel it's a love story once upon a time. I do believe that's trying to tell us, like, it's a love story, so it's love, it's kindness, that not from the Orange Menace. But to me, this is saying some people are going to get their love story. They're going to get their job back. Well, for one, they have no choice but to let them get their job back, because who else is going to run these nuclear plants? Or who's going to take care of these nuclear weapons? Yeah, what are they called? Nuclear weapons workers. Sounds like a pretty serious job that shouldn't be messed with. Idiots. Okay, I like this. I don't know what I hate nothing about you. I don't know what that's about. Fulfilling a fantasy. This is fulfilling their little free-for-all. And fulfilling their fantasy. I have a feeling, this is what I've been thinking that for a while. Their fantasy is just to break America, steal money, and leave. Look, fulfilling a fantasy and running away. And look at this. This is what I like. They're not going to get away with it. Game over. This is a mess. Now, I'm not sure what the sex shop has to do with anything. Let me just shuffle the cards 3 times. One. Spirit, can you please help me clarify the sex shop? What that has to do with the nuclear plants, with the nuclear plant workers, nuclear weapons workers. Let's get it right. One more. Okay, I don't know how this clarifies the sex shop card, but it says getting played, manipulation, lies, control. And this card to me is the card that says the reason this whole thing is happening. Because there's a certain amount of people in this country who got played. Okay? And this is what they're saying. Some of the people, some of these hundreds of nuclear weapons workers, they got played. Okay? They voted for this mess. And now they have no damn job. I do one thing I've never done. I see other people doing it. I want to just open up the middle and see what the middle has. Here we go. Guess this is for us. Watching the shit show. What else is there? Outdated, expired, disused, old, discarded. Which tells me that they are going to, because they're outdated, expired, disused, old news, discarded, that Elon and the Muskrat and the Orange Menace are going to be busted. Okay, that's what this is telling me. They're going to be kicked the hell out of here. They're going to get busted, which means why they want to run away. So this whole thing with messing with the with firing the nuclear weapons employees, it's going to explode. Hopefully not literally, but it's definitely going to explode. In the end, the Muskrat and him are going to want to run away. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to fulfill a fantasy, which I believe their fantasy is to wreck and steal as much as possible. Some of the people will be hired back. And they won't get away with it. They are going to get busted. But what's sad is, looks like there's going to be some people who do suffer from this. And it will be over, because look, they're not going to be able to continue with this. Game will be over. And with almost every reading I do, they get busted. Clear, clear, clear. Spirit, are we towards the end of the Orange Menace and Muskrat doing their harm to the United States? Are we towards the end of it now? Says yes. Okay. Okay, so that is going to be it for this one, you guys. So let me just go back over what we just did just really quickly. We'll have to see and wait if we hear anything else about these 500 COVID tests. That might be one they get away with, because all they have to do is just simply you know what just came to me? I had just heard about that there was a quick stop. I don't know if it was Rubio, one of them, when they were over there in Europe. They made a quick stop in Russia. Just made a quick stop in Russia. Why was there an American plane in Russia? Were they delivering the 500 COVID tests to them? I don't know. Let's ask. Clear, clear, clear. Spirit. Were the Americans in Russia for a quick trip because they were going to sell the 500 COVID tests? It's saying yes. That's crazy. That just, it's like my spirit guides just put that told me that in my head, and I thought, so, okay. And then, the hundreds of the nuclear weapons workers, it looks like they'll be getting their jobs back according to the energy of these cards. And what I'm getting from these cards too is that they're just doing as much harm as they possibly can. I'll make as much money off they can, do as much harm as they can, as much destruction, and then they're going to run. All right, the next session, I'm going to do a specific reading on that. But this and another reading is leading me towards me reading on that. So is making me lean towards that conclusion that this is what the goal is. So I'm going to do a reading on that on my next video. Okay, you guys, that's it for this one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. See you shortly. All right. Love, peace, happiness. Bye, guys.